There's more fallout coming tonight from an investigation into a Bay County Sheriff's deputy. Now, last night we broke this story that up to 10 serious drug cases are now being dismissed after the deputy was accused of misconduct. Another defendant was in court this morning, and more documents from the case are now surfacing. A local defense attorney went on the attack in court Wednesday.
An internal investigation by the Bay County Sheriff's Office that was not turned over to the State Attorney's Office.
Okay.
It could have clearly led to a very different type of investigation in these cases. And anytime you get a law enforcement officer who's willing to lie on certainly on an arrest affidavit or probable cause affidavit here or an affidavit for search warrant, that's extremely troubling.
All right.
This is awful.
Well, after spending several months in prison, Rusty Shepard's client, Kenneth Taylor, is now going free.
Mr. Taylor, unusual set of circumstances, but it sounds to me like you are ready to go home. Is that right?
Taylor accepted a plea deal in March and was sentenced to 36 months in prison, but that plea deal and 3-year sentence were vacated after allegations surfaced against a Bay County Sheriff's deputy. At issue was the use of a confidential informant and whether or not Deputy Aaron Williams lied in documents and on the witness stand about the informant's status as a registered CI. Williams has been suspended and is under internal investigation over the matter. News 13 has obtained 2 professional standards investigations into Williams. One of them, which began in April 2022, concerns complaints made by the confidential informant about Williams. The woman told his superiors that there were serious issues with how sting operations were conducted. She says there was no live monitoring of the drug buys. She was required to use her own money to make the purchase, and that Williams made unprofessional sexual comments toward her. Those accusations were partially accepted. Williams was reprimanded and suspended for 8 hours. He then faced a much harsher punishment in December of 2022 when he was nearly fired from the agency. That investigation concerned drugs and other evidence found at his desk that had not been properly submitted to the chain of custody. At that point, Sheriff Tommy Ford wrote in Williams' personnel file that he seriously considered terminating the deputy. Instead, Williams was suspended without pay for 40 hours, put on a 1 year's disciplinary probation, and dropped from the SWAT team and the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force. He was also transferred out of drug investigations and back to field services. For the first time since we broke the story yesterday, Sheriff Tommy Ford issued a pretty lengthy statement to News 13. He says his agency is investigating 2 previous complaints against Williams and punished him accordingly. You can read that full statement and the investigation documents right now on mypanhandle.com.